All right, welcome in, folks. Sorry about the little bit of a late start. For some reason, our camera here in the gym isn't exactly working, so it was once again a mad dash scramble to get our video camera out. But we're here, and we're here before the game. Unfortunately, don't have a scoreboard built for tonight, though. Or I might poke around here in a minute in a commercial break to see what I can find. I might have something. So. But anyway, we have got the Paris Lady Cats into town. A little final before district matchup, pre-district matchup is the way that most people would probably phrase that, JD. So a little tune-up again next week. They'll be going into the district play. And, of course, big one on Friday, cross-county rival Athens coming into town. And, of course, it's also homecoming. So big one coming next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, Lady Panthers and Lady Cats. I always introduce the good guys first, you know. So Lady Panthers and Lady Cats getting ready to do battle here tonight. Of course, the first of a doubleheader here on the Mabank Athletics YouTube page presented by Cedar Creek Media. Also got the football game going on tonight, kicking off right around 7:30 on that one with the Mabank Panthers playing another rival. Speaking of Athens, it's another one in the other direction. It's Kemp. So anyway, we got volleyball first before that, JD. So let's see who we got. Matter of fact, let me see. JD, go ahead and call this first point. Let me go grab myself a pen. I'll be right back.
I'll see what I can do here as we're going to have number 3, Riley Nelms, going to be kicking things off from the service line. Sorry, forgot I had to run the camera as well there. And a quick point right there as Kendall Woods will pound that one into the hardwood. So as quickly as it started, it's now changed hands. And it will send Miss Lindsay Cope back to the service line to do the first serving for Mabank.
Let's see what she's got here. Thank you, JD. First one was a little long, but stayed in bounds. Paris played it, now trying to get a spike over the net, and then a really nice soccer move, but unfortunately we're playing volleyball here, so that'll be a second point for the Lady Panthers. Next serve for Cope is just about in the same spot, set for Paris, and drop for their first point of the night. So 2-1. And some kind of something called there. I really don't know that call, JD.
Your guess would be as good as mine.
So serve is going to be an ace there. Pretty good shot. That was number 2, Carson Rancher, Jr. But another pretty good serve there. Now a chance to play it. Jakeway trying that back line, and Rancher not going to be able to hang on to it. So that'll be another point for the Lady Panthers. Now 3-2. In case you missed it, starting lineup tonight, number 3, Kendall Woods, number 4, Lindsay Cope, number 7, Cambry Phillips, number 8, Alexis Hall, number 10, Kylan Wilkinson, and number 14, Journey Jakeway. Big shot there for Paris. Dug out, now going to have to get it across the line. Ooh, just not quite able to get it over the net. Even things up, 3-3. Going to send back Audrey Del Toro to the service line for Paris. Good serve, it was a good dig. And Jakeway just a little too strong on the shot. So Paris jump out into a lead now. If I'm not mistaken, first one of the set, which would be the first one of the night.
Sure enough.
It's a good serve. Now bouncing it around. Jakeway again going to try for that back line, and going to be a saying 4-touch violation?
A little, I think it was a lane violation there.
Okay, lane violation on number 4. I saw the 4, her hold up number 4, but that does make more sense. It's like I didn't think I saw 4, but I guess So Kendall Woods on the serve, and I guess we were thinking it was on Lindsay Cope, but it was on Paris's number 4. Now Paris having to juggle it around a bit. Oof, pretty good save there by the Lady Panthers. Sends it across. Here's a set. Big spike and too much. Paris going to score. That's Serenity Liggins, junior middle blocker, another one of the starters here for Paris tonight.
I'll tell you what, this is definitely a whole new thing for me, as I don't think I've ever run a camera for a volleyball game. And I'm finding myself feeling like I'm crazy just sitting here going back and forth with the camera.
Well, you're doing as excellent as somebody who wasn't prepared to run a camera could absolutely do. So another big dump there. Wow, that came off. That was bad. So another big shot there. Let's move it around. You know, I can.
We can correct mid-sentence. We can do that.
You know what I mean? I know. Sometimes I get a little wild, but you know, it's all for the fun of it. You got to understand, sitting on these sidelines, it's a really fun job to have. As that was a smart move there for Paris, able to pop one across quickly.
Yeah, nobody from Mabank prepared for that one.
No. So 6-5 now. Paris up by 1 point. Been back and forth so far tonight. Big shot for Cope is going to be blocked, but Panthers going to be able to play it and get a point off of it. Staying with it there. Resiliency. Earning another point. Evens things back up. It's going to send Alexis Hall back to the service line. 6-6 here. It's a good shot, or a good serve, and just misplayed there. That was Cora Cass. I think it just ended up on her a little higher than she was expecting. Expected it to dive down there. And didn't have much of a chance to recorrect. So it sends Hall back to the line. Another beautiful like rainbow shot right there. Big shot. Oof. So it was a beautiful rainbow arc across on the serve, but Liggins again just sending it home with a little extra mustard. Now she's going to be up to the line for Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, she got a lot of height on that one to send it right to the hardwood.
Yeah, it was a pretty good job by Cope to recover there. Got a little too far underneath of it, but ends up being all right. And that is another hot shot there off the hand of Liggins, or excuse me, was that Liggins or that might have been Titus?
Yeah, that was Liggins.
Or was it okay?
Yeah, able to sneak in and find a back corner.
Sometimes whenever you're, sometimes whenever you look up and they're all celebrating, it's hard to remember exactly who just scored. So another set here, and just a little out of bounds. It was a good thought, just couldn't quite sneak it in there. And that was. That was number 9, Ella Genovese. I always get to feel fancy whenever I get to call Ella's last name. Ooh, good recovery here by the Lady Panthers. Good job by Cope to get it across. Good set, good spike, and another good dig. And again, Lady Panthers able to rally here, keep the volley going. And another great dig. That time it was Grace Kilgore. Another one of those great Kilgore athletes, and then Genovese able to get the block. So how about that?
Yeah, hard-fought point right there, but they come away with it.
Beautifully done, absolutely. So it's going to send Kai Wilkinson, another famous last name around these parts, and she's going to get an ace. Tie things up, 9 points apiece here in the first set. Again, folks, doubleheader tonight. Also got the football game against Kemp. That'll be kicking off around 7:30. Our coverage should get going somewhere around 7:15. Another good serve for Wilkinson. This time able to dig it out is Paris and have to go with the pop shot across. Let's see, good set and kind of a softer shot, but a good job by Woods just to get it across. They got a little deep into the net. And payoff right there on the other end immediately as Paris not able to do much, end up sending it way too far out the back line, and another serve coming up for Wilkinson. It's another beauty, pops it right into the net. 2-point lead now for the Lady Panthers. Ties their largest lead so far here in this first set. Wilkinson again back to do the serving. It's another good one. This time Paris able to play it, but have to get it across. They do a good job to do so. Set, and Cope trying to get across, able to get another hand on it after the block, and oh, that time just flies into the net. Nobody able to play it. So they've gotten, they've played these well so far tonight. It's one of the few we've seen get away from them. Sends number 3, Riley Nelms, back to serve. Here's the set. Woods going up for the kill, just a little too far. It's going to go out the back line, evens things back up, 11-11. But yeah, no, JD, I don't know why it never clicked in my mind, but yeah, that quarterback I talked about all the time from back in the day, Bo Kilgore, Grace is actually his little sister. I don't know why that never clicked into my mind until recently. But yeah, so again, another one of those powerful names around here. Bo was a lot of fun.
You're usually so astute whenever somebody has the same last name.
Yeah, you know me, I'm good at picking up on dumb stuff. Oh, just a little too strong on the serve that time for the Lady Panthers. Back to a 12-12 tie. Well, I guess not back to 12-12, but it is back to a tie. We'll send Rancher back to do some more serving. She's got that kind of a curved run-up approach. That time doesn't work out in her favor. She sends it a little too far to the left there, out of bounds. Phillips, a little lefty, is a good serve. Paris had their shot blocked and ends up going out of bounds. So it's a good try, but unfortunately just not able to get it quite in control there were the Lady Panthers. And serve going to go into the net there that time for Del Toro. So again, we talked about it last time. Last game we were out, we saw a lot of streaks, a lot of point streaks, but last year we saw a lot of this point back and forth. So this is back to the way we were used to seeing volleyball. And how about that? A beautiful play by Jakeway. Doesn't end up working out in a point, but great heads-up play for her regardless, and Paris can't do the same back on the other end. So Mabank now will go back up by 2. Woods going back to the service line. And was floating into that back corner. Paris had to decide to play it or not, and they do a good job to decide it, and then end up hitting one well into the rafters there. Ends up clanking off the scoreboard. Fair to say you weren't able to get that up in time.
Yeah. And it looks like a quick timeout's going to be taken by Paris here.
Good call. Good call. And, you know, I was going to try and see if I could find a scoreboard, but I just realized my little thing I used for the scoreboard I didn't even bring. I was like, no, we got the home cameras tonight. They got scoreboards built into them. I don't even need to worry about it. And, of course, the one time, and that's just always the way it works out for me, JD. And the one time I decide not to bring something is the one time where I really did need it. So
one time you need it.
Not to keep mentioning in the game that's going to be happening later on, but don't forget, folks, first 100 kids through the gates at the football game tonight will also be receiving a little package courtesy of Precision Spray Foam, Parks Environmental Services, and us. And it's going to be a lot of fun, just like that ace right there from Kendall Woods. Now the biggest lead of the ball game at 17-13. See if Woods can keep him on the streak here. This time, again, going for that back corner. It's a good set, good spike, but Mabank able to dig it out. Now going to have to get it across. Good job there by Genovese to get it across. And another big spike, and how about that? Dug out, but going to be a line violation. They call it on Genovese. So 17-14. It's going to be Cora Cass going back to serve for the Lady Cats. Good serve, good reception there. And how about that? A little corner shot. Put Mabank back up by 4.
It's one of those moments you say you can't draw it up much better than that. She really slid that in there right across that line.
So that is Miss Grace Kilgore that we were talking about just a moment ago that served, and Paris going to have trouble on the return as it ends up flying into the bench area there for Paris. So puts Mabank 1 point away from that 20-point mark we like to talk about. Of course, you got to get to 25 to win the set, but seems like whoever can get to 20 first usually has a advantage. And, good effort there by Phillips trying to dig it out, but Paris must have heard me talking and said, no, we're not going to let him get to 20.
Not that easy.
Not that easy at all. So this is going to be Clary Byrd, a senior, going back to serve for Paris. Skims off the net. Good focus there by Mabank to keep it. And going to be another lane violation.
Now going to get caught with a two-touch there.
Oh, two-touch, excuse me. Good catch there, Mr. JD. So back down to a 3-point lead for Mabank. And has some weird spin on it, but Mabank going to be able to play it regardless. Good job to keep their focus again. Big shot is going to find the corner there. That was Carson Rancher putting a little extra mustard on that one. So 19-7 keeps Byrd back at the line. Good job by Mabank here to be able to play it even from going almost out of bounds, or, a good ways out of bounds, and then the block attempt doesn't end up working out. Tip ends up out of bounds. So closes it back down to a 1-point lead. Cope trying to end the run. She had to get it across. Now another big shot going to be coming up, but they end their own momentum streak there as the ball ends up sailing out of bounds. Liggins hit it just a little too much. Actually, we're exaggerating. She hit it a lot too much that time. It's going to send Hall back again. Straight shot there. Well played by the Lady Cats, able to get it back across. Now here's a set. Fight for it at the net. And, Parrish is going to be able to come out with it. Ends up just a little too far back for anybody to reach it there for the Lady Panthers. 20-19. It's going to be Liggins back to do the serving. It's a good serve. Good set. Genovese got it across. Paris going to have a chance. Another big shot. It's going to be tipped and out of bounds, so it'll even things back up at 20. So I want to say it skimmed off a Lady Panther on the front line, and so Kilgore just had to try and play it on the back line. Now Coach going to want to take a second and talk things over. Tell you what, while they're talking things over, let's see if we can sneak a fast one in. We'll be right back right after this.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call State Farm agent Zach Pruitt in Gun Barrel City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
All right, back to it here. 20-20 here in the first set. Paris going to be on the service line. Serenity Liggins to open it back up. There's a good dig there by Wilkinson and a good job there by the Lady Panthers to be able to keep it in play. Big shot there, not able to get across, but point going to be scored anyway as Mabank not able to get it back across there. ends up in the net, so Titus going to be on record for the point. So he's set across, and Paris does a good job to react to it. Good set. Cope shot going to be, looked like it was double touch, but does not get across the line on the return there. Rancher trying to send it across the court. So knots it back up, 21-21 here. Wilkinson serving, going for that back line, and Paris had trouble and not able to play it. Ends up skittering off the back wall there. Puts the Lady Panthers in the driver's seat here, 22-21. Wilkinson. And this time goes a little bit shorter, making Paris think about it. Just kind of light touches there for Mabank, but able to get it across. And, just one too many touches there, not quite able to make it all work out. Evens it back up, 22-22. It's going to send number 3, Riley Nelms, back to serve. Ooh, big shot. Too far. Woods trying to sneak it in. Couldn't quite do it. 23-22. Paris on top. Again, Nelms. Woods, tried to get the runner, but Mabank able to recover, get it across, and going to be a lift violation called there. Oh, excuse me, I thought it was against Mabank, but they're going to call it against Paris, so that'll put Lindsay Cope on the line, by the way. Didn't just put her somewhere. Ooh. Hot shot there. Titus again able to put just a little too much on it. Wilkinson came up a little ginger, but she looks like she's all right. But this will be set point, and it will be Carson Rancher to serve for it. Received by Cope. Now Jake Way able to put it in. And how about that? Going to have sudden death here, knotted up, 24-24. Again, have to win by 2 points, so let's see what happens here. It's going to be Cambry Phillips, the lefty, back to serve. Titus going across, picked up there by Wilkinson, sent across by Hall. What are we going to say?
Catch it for a two-touch again.
Two-touch. I guess didn't quite have her hands together. Because if your hands aren't perfectly together and if it careens off like your left hand to your right hand, that is considered two-touch. So got to make sure both hands hit at the same time. Kill dug out there by Cope. Set by Hall. Jake Way going to try and get back in the point, and she does. So knots it back up, 25-25. Again, need a 2-point run to end things here. It's going to be Kendall Woods on the line. Try her hand. Serve goes into the net. She's going to be subbed out. Wilkinson, who had just came out, is going to go right back in. It's going to be Cass serving, and it goes out of bounds. So back-to-back faults. But it does put Mabank 1 point away from closing this out, if I'm not mistaken. No? My math not right? Yeah, I guess
Paris
it is.
had the advantage there.
Did they have the advantage? I thought it was tied up for some reason. Okay. And Cope does a good job to save that. Now gets it across. Set, hit, dug out. Beautifully done there by Phillips. And fight at the net. And just the athleticism there of Liggins, able to win the high jump battle there. Gets the advantage for her Lady Cats. So now they'll be 1 point away from wrapping up this first set. They're going to send Byrd back to do the serving. It's a good serve. Set. Big hit. Oh, they thought it was going to be out, but played anyway. Now Paris able to get it back across. And we have got a injury on the court. And timeout going to be taken. Tell you what, why don't they take a quick timeout? Why don't we take a quick timeout? Be right back right after this.
8 kitchens, 1 yard. Right there in the heart of Mabank, the truck yard brings it all together. From smash burgers and tacos to lighter bites and loaded spuds, Mediterranean plates, hot wings, Cajun classics, fresh sandwiches, hibachi and sushi, even a boba tea to wash it all down. The truck yard's where Mabank comes together. Neighbors, families, and friends all gathering to share good food from one place. It's the Mabank Truck Yard, where Mabank comes to eat.
All right, back to it here. Good news, Miss Wilkinson. Back up and in the ball game, so just need a little quick breather. So point resets, 26-27, Paris up, game point. And dug out, and Cope going to be able to get it across. Set, and soft touch there. Liggins trying to go oppo, and Cope does a good job to return that. Big shot, ends up falling down, so Paris is going to be able to take the first set, 28-26. We're going to take another short break. We'll be right back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
Your look matters, and around here, nobody does custom like Creative Genius Enterprises. From school pride to business branding, they make it local, they make it personal, and they make it last. We at Cedar Creek Media are proud to partner with Creative Genius as our official outfitters, and we can't wait for you to join us. Creative Genius Enterprises, Henderson County's home for custom made right. Give them a visit at 806 West Main Street in Gun Barrel City or call 903-288-2458. That's 903-288-2458.
Jeff Van Horn and his team at Precision Spray Foam want to help you protect your investments and potentially lower your energy bill with a new layer of insulating spray foam for your home, barndominium, or metal building. Why choose Precision Spray Foam? Because they can help deter moisture, improve comfort and air quality, and provide extra strength to your building for years to come, all while being environmentally friendly and cost-effective. Jeff and his team make installation a breeze and can retrofit for any need. Call Precision Spray Foam today at 903-880-6323. That's 903-880-6323 for your free estimate today. Precision Spray Foam, part of the Van Horn Construction family and proud supporter of Mabank Athletics.
Yes, JD, I had given up Dr. Pepper's, but today it was kind of a quick, fast run, so let's just hope this isn't the spiraling of me getting off my water kick, you know what I mean? But anyway, we are back here, folks, ready for set number 2. Paris taking set number 1, 28-26. Don't forget, tonight is a doubleheader night here on Cedar Creek Media and the Mabank Athletics YouTube page. After the conclusion of this game, we'll be heading over to Panther Stadium, catching that county rivalry game between the Kemp Yellow Jackets and your Mabank Panthers. Don't forget, the first 100 little ones through the gate going to get coloring pages and crayons courtesy of Parks Environmental Services and Precision Spray Foam and insulation. And then also Miss Copeland, Coach Copeland's wife, wanted to make sure that everybody had a little treat as well. So there's also a little blow pop sucker in there for everybody. So pretty neat little deal. Appreciate everybody for sponsoring that and helping us get that going. Speaking of getting going, here is the second set. Going to be Alexis Hall starting it off, and she tried to start it off with a fireball. Unfortunately, clipped the top of the net and just didn't quite flip over for her. So be a 1-0 advantage here for Paris. Start out set number 2. It's going to be number 3, Riley Nelms, to serve. It's a good shot there. Good set by Hall. And Cope going to be able to get it across and not going to be able to be blocked cleanly there by Paris. So that'll knot it back up 1-1. Kylan Wilkinson, who went down hard there in that first set but has gutted it out like a warrior. Serve bounced off the top of the net, and Cope tried to really put a jolt in it. Ends up going over on Paris' side regardless, but Lindsay Cope wanted a whole lot of it, just like she did that time. Going to be tipped and then out of bounds, so point will go to Mabank. We've seen Lindsay Cope do that a few times this year, and a few games we've got to see, sending fireballs over that direction. Paris had a little trouble. They were a little tied up together, but do an incredible job to be able to recover that. Now Cope with the little fade shot, they're going to call double touch there again, hitting off both hands individually and not at the same time. So we'll send Carson Rancher again back to serve. She did a great job in the first set. First one of this set comes out a little flat on her and ends up in the net. So Lindsay Cope now will be serving. It's a good serve. Paris with a good set and a good spike, but able to dig it out there. The Lady Panthers. Jakeway did a good job to recover, and ball ends up falling in. How about that? Sticking with it and able to get the point there. Lady Cats arguing their point, but let's see what the head linesman decides. No. So point will stay with Mabank, and he'll keep Cope back at the service line. This time attacking the other direction. Paris had to get somebody over that direction. It ends up being a pretty good return shot. Phillips pops one over. And again, Paris having a little trouble with communication. Multiple players being in one place at the same time. It ends up not being a good pass over to the outside hitter, and she knocks it into the net. So 2-point run here for Mabank. Cope's still going to be at the service line. Went for the back line that time. Let's see what Paris can do on the return. Great job. And how about that? 2 times in a row, Mabank able to quickly get it back up and over. And a big block that time, and ends up going off the head judge there. And that'll be out of bounds, as that is outside of the little pole area. So Mabank keeping the run going here. 6-2 now the score in the second set. Cope again with a good serve, and just a little quick turnover shot. Works to break up the streak for Mabank.
Yeah, the one time they pulled that out in the first game, it worked wonders, and right there again, just nobody from Mabank ready for it.
So sends Audrey Del Toro to the service line. It's a good serve for her. Phillips was able to receive it. Hall has to just get it across, as that would have been, or it was the third touch. High rise and shot ends up out of bounds. That is Abigail Harper. So her last 2 touches haven't worked out exactly ideal for her, as one was into the net and that one was out of bounds. Now Phillips, the lefty, with a good serve. And kind of a tight set there for Paris, as they're going to call a lift. And I was kind of wondering, as it kind of looked like it got a little bit of the best of the setter there. Maybe, again, just a little bit higher than they were expecting. So Phillips again, and it skirted off the top of the net but stayed in bounds, and Paris did a good job to stick with it. Mabank couldn't return, so they break the streak. And they will send in number 5 there, Cora Cass, to serve. Jakeway with the return shot, not going to be able to be handled there by Paris. That might have ended up out of bounds, but too close to let it go. So now 9-4, Mabank on top. Woods going to be back to serve. Hey, hi everybody, there's the laptop. It's tight quarters, that's a big block there, but Paris, again, miscommunication, a bugaboo. A couple of different players thinking the other was going to get it. Nobody did. Another timeout. As we know, these volleyball timeouts usually go pretty quick, so I think we're just going to keep it right here for right now, JD. I am going to take a sip of this old Dr. Pepper, though.
Well, this one, Mabank able to get out to a pretty early lead here, 10-4. As you know, last game, a lot of back and forth action, kind of all the way through. This time a run able to get out quick by Mabank. See if they're able to hold on to that momentum and keep on to hold this one.
Yes, sir. Agreed, especially when you're in a spot where you're, doubling up your opponent at the moment. If you can get a, big set win, you can get one of those wins by a, large margin. A lot of times that can kind of build momentum for the actual game, you know what I mean? So, hey, let's see what happens. So Woods at the line. Got it across that time, no trouble. And, we're ready for it that time, as they were, again, just trying to put over that little soft pop shot. Paris did get a good return on it. Now Cope going to have to send it from a little deep on that front line, but did a good job of it. And a block ends up working out there. Alexis Hall. So how about that? With a little extra sass. I don't know if you could see it because of where our camera has to be positioned, but a little extra sass after that one too. Woods. It was a great job there by Paris to be able to dig it out. And, Phillips kind of trapped it. Good job by Hall to be able to control it for this second hit, so a good third hit could be had. But Paris says nay, able to score a point regardless on their return. So 11-5 now. This young lady had a little bit of a streak in that first set. Clary Byrd. How about that? As soon as I say she had a streak from the service line in that first set,
quick up, quick down.
So Grace Kilgore back to the service line, and not handled very well on that first touch, but able to recover there was Paris. Good job by Phillips to keep it in bounds. Cope trying to find that soft middle. Doesn't find the spot she wanted, but Paris not able to get a good touch on it. Ends up floating off that back line. So now 13-5. Kilgore still going to be back on the service line here. And big power shot going to be blocked there. Absolutely beautifully done there. I think that was Genovese that was able to get the block, but I think she was slightly stunned. It was either her or Cope. Both of them were kind of like, wow, I saw the steam coming off of that one, but regardless, ends up in a point for Mabank. And another good return. Set. Hot shot, going to be blocked, but not quite able to get it across inbounds. So it'll be a point for Paris. But again, Mabank doing a pretty good job of timing their block opportunity or their block attempts here. Side judge going to have to come take a look at the little pole there. It looks like it got kind of entangled in the net in that last exchange. Good job, young man. I'm getting old enough now, JD, where I can say stuff like that. Like,
oh,
good
yeah,
job,
I said
young
so.
man. Uh-huh. It was a good serve there by Leggins. And, Cope that time just kind of, again, underestimated where she was. Tried to just pop it up over the net. Ends up hitting off that top rope and falling back down. So Liggins again going to be serving. Genovese able to send it back across. And big shot there. Mabank going to be able to wrangle it. Cope going to try for her own, and Paris not able to reciprocate. 15-7 now. Mabank firmly in the driver's seat of this one. It's going to be Alexis Hall going back to the service line. And this time Hall just kind of popped it over. They had seen her try and put a lot of muscle on it, so it was a good thought. But unfortunately, not able to get back in position quite in time to be able to send the return back. So now 15-8. Riley Nelms again going to be back here for Paris. Oof. Oh. And that miscommunication bug ends up over in green and white this time. As Wilkinson and Cope talking things through, realize they maybe could have talked a little bit better on that one. 15-9 now. Nelms again with a hot shot across. Hall just going to take it on her own, and they're going to call double touch. So we've seen that a few times from both teams tonight. Having trouble getting both hands on the ball at the same time. And oof, Cope got it across. Didn't look like it would be too difficult of a play, but Paris really had to recover there. Now another Cope shot going to be blocked. Hall going to pop one over. And nice dig there by Kilgore. Hall sets. Again, Cope. And not able to handle it is the libero there, Del Toro. So it ends up going off the back wall there. 16-10. Going to send our libero, Miss Kylan Wilkinson, right back to the service line. And that time, 8 up. Paris is kind of tipped off of the net there. I think the defender thought it was maybe going to lose a little bit of steam, but it really didn't lose any steam, even though it tipped off the top of the net. Just kind of ended up around the shoulder area. It's hard to return that. Now going to be a little too far on the serve. Ends up going off the back line. Not by much, but a couple inches too far. It's going to send Carson Rancher back to serve. We've seen her put up some heat. That one didn't have quite as much as Woods got the return shot across. Ooh, how about a big, oh, well, it wasn't necessarily a block by Woods, but a quick send over, but kind of got her out of position for that next touch she needed. 17-12, still a 5-point lead for Mabank, but gonna have to start closing the door here pretty soon. As Paris doing a good job of fighting back in this one. Kilgore did a good job to dig it out. Now Woods trying to get that back line just a little too far.
Little too much to the right side of the court. Knock it down to a 4-point lead. Ranchers still back on the line. Hall sent it across this time. Normally sets up for these ladies, but that time had to desperately get it across. And now Cope had to do the same thing. Got a bit of a volley going here. There's Cope again trying to squeak it back behind the defenders there, and it's again going to be just a little too strong, and Mabank going to have to call a timeout here.
Yeah, I think a solid choice for the timeout here is you've really, let Paris get themselves back into this one.
Absolutely. Down to a 3-point lead, 17-14. So if anything, I mean, you've obviously been playing pretty well here in the second set. A lot improved over that first set at least. So it's one of those things where really, you know, it just kind of, sometimes that's the way it go. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I know it's kind of a, you know, easy phrasing or whatever you want to say, but sometimes the other team just kind of gets into a bit of a groove, and that's a part of a good head coach, is to know when to kind of throw a wrench in things, you know. So I like the timeout here. Talking things over. Paris already back out onto the court and ready to roll. So I've seen pretty decent little crowd on hand here tonight. Expect to see a few over there at Panther Stadium tonight as well.
Yeah, maybe just a couple.
Just a couple. Woods, not able to handle her shot. So exactly like we were talking about there, the timeout ends up working in the favor of the Lady Panthers, breaking the streak there of Paris, and it'll send Cope back to the service line. Oof. Just a bit strong there. Got a repeating theme going on. So they're trying to attack that back line, just not quite able to get the touch they need to sneak it in there. Hall sets, a little bit behind. Good job by Woods to adjust to be able to get back and get to it. And block there, but Paris able to play it. And Woods with a little pop shot, able to make it work out. Let's see what Paris has in return. It's going to be another block. Hall puts it way up in the air. Wilkinson sits it way up, and Hall had to hit from way back around the midline, but did a pretty good job. There's another set. Jake Way, well played there by Paris. And Hall going to be able to save it, keep it. Oh, my goodness. Lots of miracle touches happening for both teams right now in this volley. Another, beautifully done there by Hall, but doesn't quite fall down. And, Paris is going to win the marathon volley here. Tip ends up falling down. So 18-6, down to a 2-point lead. Audrey Del Toro still back on the service line. Able to sneak it down. Wilkinson not able to quite get a clean dig on it there. So now down to a 1-point lead. Again, Del Toro. That time was cleanly dug out, and Jakeway able to get a little bit on the return. Not as much as she wanted, and just too much there. Too much movement there. Leela Severson, the freshman, is kind of put in an awkward spot there. Had to move around too much to try and get the point. And unfortunately for her, doesn't work out. So now 19-7. Phillips with a good serve, but Paris able to sniff it out. Phillips now going to put one up. Jakeway has to send across. And, going to be just barely out of bounds there. It was a pretty good hit I want to say that was that same young lady, number 11, Leela Severson. Can't swear to it, but doesn't quite tuck in for her. So again, Phillips going to be serving the lefty. It was a good dig, and how about that? Hall able to take advantage, put the ball where nobody was, and it is back to a 4-point lead, 21-17. I'll tell you what, we are going to try and sneak in a quick one. We'll be right back right after this.
Erosion is stealing shorelines all around Cedar Creek Lake. At Parks Environmental Services, we put a stop to it with riprap, rock-solid barriers that lock your shoreline in place. And that's just the start. From silt fencing and erosion blankets to site cleanup, dirt work, and decorative flagstone walkways, we're your full-service erosion control specialists. When it comes to safeguarding your piece of the lake, trust the name Cedar Creek relies on, Parks Environmental Services. Putting it down to protect your ground. Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, or call 214-693-8056.
All right, back to it here. Lady Panthers up 21-17 here in the second set, trying to even things up a set apiece. That time, Phillips going to send one well deep. 21-18 now. And it is going to be the freshman, Leela Severson, who's really getting her first run of the ball game here. Be the first serve I remember seeing of hers. It's a good one. Hall going to set. Woods with the hit. Paris able to collect. Going to have to get it across here, and they do. Jakeway with the mustard. There we go. 22-18. Journey Jakeway able to slam the door on the point there. We'll send Miss Kendall Woods back to the line. She had that one go into the net earlier, but other than that, it's been pretty solid from the service line so far tonight. Does another good job there. Paris on the return going to be well out of bounds. Ends up laying it about a good foot out of the area of play. So 23-18, back to a 5-point lead. And going to be a net violation against Paris. So going to be now set point for Woods. See if she can go ahead and bury this one. And we'll get, like we said, tied up 1-1. Oh, a little miscommunication, but Paris able to dig out of it. Return is good, but Jakeway able to dig it out. And there's able to just barely get it across. It looked a little nerve-wracking for them, but they do a good job of recovering. Now Cope with the dig. Hall sends across. And Phillips with the dig. And, I thought Jakeway just closed the door again, but not quite, but that will do it right there as number 8, Abigail Harper, knocks one into the net. So Mabank going to take set number 2, 18-25. So we're all tied up, one set apiece. We're going to take another short break, come back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
At Reedy Tire, they understand early morning drop-offs, late evening pickups, and everything in between that you go through to make sure your child gets from one event to the next activity. They believe that your precious cargo is their responsibility. Your tires are their life. They eat, sleep, and breathe tires so that our Mabank families can know that when they hit the road for a few blocks or a few hours, they'll get there safe and on time. At Reedy Tire, tires aren't the only thing, they're everything. Trust them to get you there. Reedy Tire in Mabank, America. Proudly supporting the entire student body and their families at Mabank ISD. Let's go Panthers.
For nearly 30 years, Carrie Harris Satellite has been the Lake area's trusted satellite and internet retailer by putting the customer and their needs first. And we here at Cedar Creek Media can attest to that. I'm JD Byrd with Cedar Creek Media, and we're not just partners, we're customers of Carrie Harris Satellite, and can't recommend him and his friendly team highly enough. Stop by Carrie Harris Satellite in Athens today and ask how they can get you set up with Dish, Spectrum, Starlink, Boost Mobile, and more at 103 La Costa Street in Athens, or call 903-677-9522. Again, that's 903-677-9522.
When it comes to protecting your water, trust the local pro, Chris Flores with City Backflow. For years, Chris has built his business on hard work, Panther pride, and a commitment to his community. Neighbors know his name, and businesses count on his service. City Backflow handles it all. Testing, repairs, residential and commercial, done right and done right the first time. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your water and protect your peace of mind. Call Chris Flores with City Backflow today, 903-471-4558. That's 903-471-4558. City Backflow, proud sponsors of Mabank Athletics.
Back to it here. Cedar Creek Media, Taylor Honea.
JD Byrd.
You know, I've been really bad at doing that this year, JD. You know, last year I couldn't start anything without saying it. And this year I've done a very bad job of saying it. So, yeah, we are Cedar Creek Media. I feel like, golly, this could be taken the wrong way, but I feel like people are starting to know what Cedar Creek Media is. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I've got to introduce us a little bit less and we can get right into the action because let's be honest, JD, even though we do video, we really do have the faces for radio, you know? So
You ain't lying.
You know, you're a lot prettier than I am, but still, you know.
I won't disagree with you.
So one set apiece here, knotted up. Of course, the best of 5. And of course, if we get to that 5th set, it'll be slimmed down, I guess is the way to say it. Shortened.
Yes, hurry, they're taking it down there.
All right, so Paris going to be starting it off here. Uh-oh. Things get a little scrambly at the very beginning. By the way, might have found us a barber. By the way, didn't tell you that earlier, so side note, production note.
Cool.
Oof. Oh, great effort there by the Lady Panthers trying to get it across, but she's not quite able to recover. So a couple of quick mental mistakes here to start off set number 3. Puts Paris ahead 2-0. And another good serve, and again, Mabank going to have trouble getting a return. So 3-0. Riley Nelms having her way from the service line right now to open up this 3rd set. And then she'll put one into the net. So little mercy serve there for the Lady Panthers. Let's see if they can get things straightened out here, JD. It's going to be Miss Alexis Hall back to serve. And going with the mustard again this time. Here, take over for 1 second, JD.
And right there, going to have Hall set once again to Genovese. And shot not able to be corralled there by Paris as it flips over once again. And this time it'll be Cope looking for it there, but the blocked shot able to just fall inbounds. Cope was expecting it to go out, so it will be Paris picking up the point.
Sorry, JD. Appreciate you, sir.
I do what I can.
I'm just so important. Everybody needs to talk to me.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I'm kidding, JD. Oh. So another good serve there by that young lady, Rancher, excuse me. Re-looked that up. So as you can tell, she's kind of their ace server over there. But they've got a few good ones, but she's really good. Now Rise and Fire from high. And
yeah, Cope going to get into the net there on that shot. So
I didn't see if they were saying she stepped over the line or if she got into the net, so appreciate you. So it will keep Miss Carson Rancher back on the service line. Phillips got it across that time, so at least going to have a bit of a volley going. And Titus, oh, nope. Mabank going to be able to keep it going here, so good recovery by them. And block there. That will fall down in the field of play, so Mabank able to get up here in this third period. 5-2 now the score. Wilkinson sends a hot shot over, handled by Paris. Let's see what they can do on the return, and they're going to go right back to scoring. Strong left-handed shot there by Mary Grace Gibbons. Ends up sailing and slamming off the door hard enough that I could hear it through my headset. So Del Toro. Yeah, oof. Blocked there by Paris, but able to recover is Mabank. Oof. Hall again was trying that little quick shot over. And just a missed touch there. Alexis Hall having to extend way out to try and keep it going, and just couldn't quite get that arm out there far enough. I just, what was it, a couple months ago I saw, the Fantastic Four, that new movie that came out of her. She could just have that, stretch arm. She'd have been just all right, but not quite. Oof, good job by Woods to recover there and able to get it across cleanly and out of bounds. As Severson trying to do the same thing for Paris, not able to quite keep it in bounds. So it'll be now a 7-3 advantage for the visitors, but Mabank will be back on the service line. I believe it's going to be Lindsay Cope. So Kilgore having to do the hard work of digging the ball out of the corner over there, and then gets substituted in for Journey Jakeway. And that time just a heads-up smart play by Serenity Liggins. Able to find the soft spot in the middle of the floor and put another point on the board for Paris. 8-3 now the advantage for them. Hall sets. Woods does the same thing right back. Says, I see what you do, and I'll do it just a little bit better. Just a little bit. 8-4 now. Going to be Phillips back on the service line. And she'll put one into the net. Just a little under hit there. Wasn't by much. Again, send Clary Byrd up to the service line. Oof. That one got way into Wilkinson, but she does a good job to recover, and even better job by her teammates to be able to recover and get it across the line. So Mabank not going away here in this third set. It looked like things were getting a little squirrely for them there in the early going of it, but they have since calmed things down, getting it going. And now Woods, unfortunately, going to put one into the net. You still all right over there, JD?
Yeah, I'm still working over here, man.
Yeah, I know it.
I'm kicking,
I
man.
could see the look of determination over there on JD's face,
I'm
folks.
trying, man.
This is a fast sport to try and keep up with the camera, folks. So JD is doing a fantastic job. He's doing a lot better than I would, I promise you. Mabank, again, just not quite able to handle the hot shot. Ends up careening off the back wall. 11-5. It's going to send Liggins back to serve. We've seen she's got a lot of power in that right hand. That time a little too much on the serve, as it will go off the back line. So let's see, it's going to be Grace Kilgore going back to serve. Hard shot there by Rancher. Not only has got the she got the juice on the service line, also got it when she's rising up from that outside hitter position. 12-6, and it is going to send Riley Nelms back to the service line, and this is the other young lady that's been giving Mabank fits with her serves. Let's see what she's got in store this time. Good job by Kilgore to dig it out that time. Cope going for the kill and able to end it quickly. It sets it down right in front of that back line. Back to a 5-point advantage, 12-7. Paris still on top. It's going to be Alexis Hall going back to serve. Again, went with the mustard on her serve. We've seen her do both. She has a fastball and a changeup on her serves. And, that time, ball just kind of got out of position there on Cope. I think she just mistimed her judge a little bit, jumped a little farther underneath the ball than she wanted to be. So now 13-7. Byrd comes out, and substitution for Severson. And it is going to be Rancher back to serve. And it was a good job to dig it out, but by Mabank, when they dug it out, it ended up going across the net, and it kind of became easy pickings for Paris there on that front line, able to bury it in a soft spot. So again, Rancher going to be serving. And Mabank almost able to come away with the point. Now they do. Just a couple of miss hits for Paris. And, when you only get 3 hits, if you end up with one bad hit, you feel like you have to recover quickly on that second or third, and that kind of plays head games with you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Trying to place it instead of putting, just letting muscle memory take over. And, big shot. It's going to be blocked, but Paris going to be able to keep play going here. Severson puts one off the top of the net, and that will be 4 touches. So Kylan Wilkinson, again, going to go back to serve. She's been battling tonight. Went down kind of hard in that first set, but has not shown any signs of slowing down, as that time Titus going to hit it just a little too far. I want to say the young lady's name is Akaria. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And a little tip battle there at the net. Somehow Wood's not able to win it, but Mabank looks like they're going to be able to win the point, as that will be double touch for Paris. So Mabank again crawling back in this one. 14-11 now. Wilkinson goes opposite side of the court. And going to be a lane violation. And timeout going to be taken. So as we talked about before, whenever Mabank took that timeout to try and halt the bleeding a little bit, looks like Paris now feeling kind of the same weight, JD. And hey, you get to take a breath for a second over there.
Absolutely.
So again, in case you're just tuning in with us, we will be over at the football game as well. Kickoff time going to be at 7:30. As soon as we're done here, we'll be heading over and dropping off our crayon packets, coloring pages and crayon packets. Also got a sucker in there, so make sure you stop by the front booth there. Another good serve here by Wilkinson. Paris was thinking about letting it go out, but ended up having to play it. Now Wilkinson put one in the air. Cope going to have to return. And Severson hits a hot shot. Well too strong. Mabank keeps the streak alive here. Now down to a 1-point lead for Paris. 14-13. Another good serve by Wilkinson. And Woods with the block and then send over. Good job there protecting that weak spot. Just a little too far on the outside there.
Good thought, wrong spot, as I like to say. So 15-13 now, the lead. Paris trying to get back firmly in the driver's seat of this one. Been up by as many as 7 points in this set. Del Toro's serve is, just in a kind of an awkward angle there. Kilgore was trying to dig it out there and just couldn't quite get to it. So now 13-16. Paris still with the advantage. Woods. Excuse me there. Going to fall down on that Mabank sideline, or side of the net. Sorry there, y'all. Almost lost it. I thought I was about to just start having a sneezing attack on air there. I apologize. Ooh. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. It's been a weird summer here, JD. For us especially, you know what I mean? We were out there filming football practice all the time. I mean, it was hot, don't get me wrong, but really didn't have many 100-degree days over the summer, so I feel like, I don't know, maybe the allergies have, like, shifted down or something. I don't know, but I feel like my allergies have been worse over the last couple of weeks than they were during, like, the dead of summer, you know?
I am surely with you on that one, my friend.
We're definitely, it's pretty funny. Usually about once a week, either I'm texting JD or JD is texting me that, hey, man, allergies are just off the charts today.
Just kicking it today, man.
Yeah, so I'm going to work from home today. Not that I don't every day. All right, so teams making their way back out onto the court. Service possession still with Paris. Lead still with Paris, 17-13. Audrey Del Toro still back on the service line. Set here, Woods going for the kill. It was blocked, but Mabank able to recover and keep play going. Good job there by Wilkinson to dig it out. Paris able to get their own dig. And going for that back line, too strong there. Number 6, Mary Grace Gibbons. Back down to a 3-point deficit, 17-14. Lindsay Coate back to serve. It was a really nice spot there on the serve, but Paris able to dig it out. Now let's see what Jakeway can do. She pops one into the net there. Jakeway's usually pretty reliable on her kill attempts, but that time just doesn't quite work out for her. She's going to send Cora Cass to serve. She sent a pretty hot shot. It was a good job by Wilkinson to be able to wrangle it. And going to be I don't know that one, JD.
That's a new signal for me.
That's a new one for me. I'm not positive. Some kind of violation by Mabank. Another good serve here by Cass. And this time Woods trying to go to that back 90. He couldn't squeeze it in there. So there is that 20-point mark that we talk about all the time, JD. 20-14, Paris on top. Again, they were able to win the first set 28-26 before dropping the second. So they're looking to get back in the driver's seat of the overall game. But that's not going to help out as Cass hits one into the net. So now Phillips going to go back to serve here for Mabank. See what the lefties got on the jump serve. And found a nice spot, but nice dig there by Del Toro. And it is going to be out. Couldn't quite sneak it inside the white line there for Paris. Another big shot here for Phillips. That time going to be controlled well. Liggins just had to kind of send it backwards and hope somebody got to it. A good job by Paris there to get it just across. Is a little bit of a breakdown in communication. A good dig. Big shot by Severson. Mabank able to dig it out themselves. Got another one of those marathon volleys going here. Severson ends it by hitting it out of bounds. 20-17 now. Phillips still doing a good job there. We've seen her be effective from the service line this season. Keeps dropping it in that same spot. Paris hadn't really adjusted to it, but does a good job of watching for it. Now going to be a 4-touch. Down to a 2-point lead. So Paris trying to keep this from slipping away, and that's going to help out. Oh, no. How about that? Oh, going to be a line violation there. Somebody in the mad dash to try and keep it out of the net. Somebody ended up crossing that line. So great effort there. Just don't quite get the result they wanted as Mabank. Byrd again going to be back to serve here for the Lady Cats. Hall sets. Woods. Oh, it was a hot shot, but it was blocked. Riley Nelms there does a really good job raising up. And that is going to prompt the Panthers to go ahead and take another timeout here. I'm telling you, my mind is going a million miles an hour. I looked down at my phone and was about to start calling the game off of what's going on my phone, but it's 30 seconds behind what's happening in real life. Yeah, if y'all are ever wondering.
Go ahead and call the instant replay.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So if y'all are ever wondering, what you're seeing online is about 30 seconds behind what's happening in real life. So just if you're ever wondering, That's why if it's a home game, you should be here, because then you would know 30 seconds earlier when the Panthers win.
Exactly right.
Selling points, JD. Selling points. ABS, always be selling. Even though sales isn't part of my job. Well, I guess it is, actually. I don't know. I'm still figuring out this small business thing. I'm just glad to have a good partner like the good JD Byrd over here to be rocking and rolling. I'm telling you, folks, the biscuit wheels would have fell off a long time ago if it wasn't for JD. All right, set here by Hall. Big kill attempt there by Woods. Let's see if Paris can hang on to it. They do. Ligon's able to get it across, but really good job of concentration there. And it ends up working out as they're now 2 points away from finishing out this set, 18-23. Let's see what Byrd can do from the service line this time. Time was a little bit shorter than we'd seen from her, and fight at the net ended up being won by Paris, but returned by Jakeway. Nicely dug out here. Oof, hot shot, but beautifully dug out by Wilkinson. And ball doesn't get over the net as Woods was having to try and pop it over as she was in dead sprint. Just can't quite get it over the net there. 24-18 now. So set point here. Byrd again going to be serving and serves it into the net. So a little bit of a breathing room now for Mabank. Wood's going to go back to serve. And hot shot ends up out of bounds there. Are they going to say tipped? Oh, yeah, so they say tipped. Excuse me. So that is set point. So 25-20. Paris takes set number 3. We're going to go ahead and take another short break. We'll be right back right after this.
Life insurance that meets your needs now for when they need it most. With help from your State Farm agent.
Call State Farm agent Zach Pruitt in Gun Barrel City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a quote today.
Erosion is stealing shorelines all around Cedar Creek Lake. At Parks Environmental Services, we put a stop to it with riprap, rock-solid barriers that lock your shoreline in place. And that's just the start. From silt fencing and erosion blankets to site cleanup, dirt work, and decorative flagstone walkways, we're your full-service erosion control specialists. When it comes to safeguarding your piece of the lake, trust the name Cedar Creek relies on, Parks Environmental Services. putting it down to protect your ground. Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, or call 214-693-8056. Your look matters, and around here, nobody does custom like Creative Genius Enterprises. From school pride to business branding, they make it local, they make it personal, and they make it last. We at Cedar Creek Media are proud to partner with Creative Genius as our official outfitters, and we can't wait for you to join us. Creative Genius Enterprises, Henderson County's home for custom made right. Give them a visit at 806 West Main Street in Gun Barrel City, or call 903-288-2458. That's 903-288-2458.
All right, back to it here. Mabank just dropping set 3, so Paris finds themselves well in the driver's seat of this one. They're able to take this set. That will be the ender. Of course, Mabank, if they're able to win this one, will set up a, I don't know, I guess sudden death. If that's what you call, I guess, that 5th set. A little shorter, a little faster pace.
Yeah, quick little end-all be-all.
All right, so Wilkinson going to open up set number 4 here with the serve. Big return dug out by Jakeway. Let's see, they got another hot shot, and that time it's going to go off the back line. So Mabank going to open up with the set's first point. Wilkinson going to stay back there to serve. And just barely squeaks that one over the top of the net. And Phillips is trying to give the soft return, ends up going on the outside of the net pole there. So that is technically out of bounds. So we'll send Riley Nelms back to serve for the Panthers, or excuse me, for the Lady Cats for the first time this set. And it was a hot shot. Jakeway did a good job to get underneath of it. Good job by Phillips to get one across there. And Titus going to find a little soft spot in the zone there. Able to put it right in the middle of everybody. Recapture the lead 2-1. Riley Nelms has had a lot of success at the service line so far tonight. And Woods, how about that? Looked like she was going to rise and really give it some mustard there. Ends up directing her shot more towards the sideline there. And able to squeak it in inside the line. Knocks things back up, 2-2. Lindsay Cope now going to be on the service line. And return shot went cross court, but dug out by the Panthers. And then return shot for the Panthers going to be blocked. Again, that's Akaria Titus. So she has been a force defensively. She hasn't scored a ton of points so far tonight or anything, but just her presence in the middle has definitely been a factor in this one. So that time, Rancher kind of gave it a little bit of a curveball effect there, as we're used to seeing that fastball from her, and it works out. I think it kind of caught the Lady Panthers off guard. Not able to get a clean return as the ball goes into the net. So again, Rancher going to go back. See if she again goes with the change up here, and she goes back to the heat. Kind of a middling there.
And shot going to be blocked, but not not well enough to go back across the line as it falls on the Mabank side there. It's Woods doing her best there to try and keep it wrangled in. So Rancher that time kind of went with the change up, and now trying to find the opposite side there is Woods, and not able to find it. So 6-2 now. Paris building up a bit of a lead again here in this fourth set. That time a little more mustard there from Rancher. And Woods just playing the middle this time. And oof. Jakeway and Woods not going to be able to combine for the block there. So just kind of that old adage of hitting it where they're not. And that was some good accuracy there from Paris, if we're being honest, because it really hit it right between both defenders' arms. So that is definitely a sweet spot.
Yeah, and after the kind of rough start there, Mabank going to take a quick timeout, just kind of talk things over, get them out of the quick funk that they found themselves in at the beginning of this one, and see if they can turn things around.
You know, we've seen that be effective tonight for both teams. You know, it's just that kind of that streak breaker. You know, what am I trying to say? The ice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've seen it be effective for both teams tonight, and again, Mabank really needing it this time, simply for the fact that if they drop this set, you know, that's the ball game there. So need to find a way back in this one. Already, again, as you said, finding themselves down by 5 points. So, and Paris is feeling a little energetic and jazzed about it. So Rancher still on the line here. Wilkinson able to dig out the serve, but kind of had trouble getting it back across with the Lady Panthers, but they do it successfully. They have another chance here. Let's see what Jakeway can do. It's tipped, and it's just enough for Paris to be able to really play it. Another block on this side, but Paris still being able to play it. Oh, man, persistence there for Paris ends up working out, as it looked like their shots were going to be blocked multiple times during that rally. And somehow they are just able to come away with the point. So Carson Rancher got a bit of a streak going here from the service line. Hall puts it up in the air. Woods able to get it across, but barely. Lady Cats tried to attack that back line, but Lady Panthers able to get it back across. Now here comes a big shot, and Titus, after I said not able to put up many points tonight, says, well, let me show you, Mr. Announcer Man. Here's a big rise and fire for her, and it is now 9-2. Got a substitution coming in here. Journey Jakeway out. Jordan Marker, affectionately known as JoJo, into the ball game. And Phillips able to get a piece of the serve there. Keeps it in play for Mabank and get it across. And Harper's shot going to be blocked, but it ends up out of bounds. So good effort there by Phillips, but couldn't quite keep it in the area of play. So Rancher again from the service line. Feel like I'm on repeat over here.
Yeah. It's definitely been a rough start to this one.
So Paris going to have to work for it this time, and they're doing a pretty good job keeping the rally going here. Hall sets, and Woods got it across, but not quite enough on it to do anything. And Paris, man, that was a scary attack right there, but Mabank able to recover. Wilkinson puts it up in the air. Marker just a little too strong. Coming in a big spot there. Got to warm up just a tad. Fortunately, it doesn't work. Oh, no, excuse me.
Looks like some kind of violation was called on him.
It's either a violation or a tip, one of the two for sure. I didn't see the call, so I'm going to trust your intuition over mine. Oof. Trying to get that point right back, and just a little misplay. Oh, Harper couldn't get out of the way that time of Del Toro. So It was a good job by Paris there. They kept the effort high, but couldn't quite make it work out. Ooh, and it's going to be called out. Just barely, but it is out. So Mabank creeping their way back into this one. 10-5 now the score. Lefty Lily Phillips still on the service line. And too strong that time. So off the back line, 11-5. See who rotates back now for Paris. It is going to be the libero Del Toro. Ooh, quick set by Hall. It was a good thought. Paris able to recover in time. Another set by Hall, and Marker got a good piece of it, but just doesn't quite find any place to put it down at. Now, ooh, Hall trying to get that over. She had her back to the net and just had to get it across. Ends up falling just a little bit short. It's 12-5 now. Del Toro still back on the service line. And she'll pop one into the net. That'll help the cause for the Lady Panthers. Kendall Wood's going to go back for Mabank. Again, got a claw back here, 12-6. Not able to come back in this one. That would be game, set, and match. Oof. Paris again doing a great job of playing off the blocks tonight. And ooh, Cope with a hot shot. Just doesn't quite find a place to nestle it down. Got another one of those marathon volleys going on. And oh, wow. Beautiful dig there by the Lady Wildcat, or excuse me, the Lady Cats. Goodness gracious. It ends up being all for naught as they can't keep it out of the net. Good serve here by Kendall Woods. And Marker, again, just going to be a little bit too strong. Goes off the back line, 13-7. And it is going to send Mary Grace Gibbons back to serve. Another lefty. I mean, that thing had some rocket fuel to it. There's a set, and ooh, just mishit there by Liggins. I think that time she was trying to place it instead of pop it, you know what I mean? It ends up not working out for her. So let's see. It will send Grace Kilgore back to the service line here for the Lady Panthers. And Harper, oh, hot shot, but Mabank able to recover. Another good set, another shot by Harper, and it's going to be out. Couldn't quite tell if that one was tipped or not, but they do say it's just a clean out. So Mabank again clawing back a bit here. Another good shot over by Kilgore. Paris did a good job to get it across. It got a little squirrely on him, but recovered well. Genovese's shot was blocked, but Mabank again going to be able to keep it, keep playing off of the block. And big shot for Harper, and they're going to say it tucks in the line. So can't do it much better there. Tucked it right in that back 90. We'll send Clary Byrd back to the line. She's been effective from back there tonight. Kilgore did a good job to keep it in front of her. Big shot for Cope, but going to be dug out by Paris. Here's the set. Shot was blocked. Mabank going to have a chance to return it back here. Cope was trying to place it in the soft spot. Ooh, got a collision here. A couple of Lady Panthers trying to get over and get in a position for the ball. It ended up colliding. So be 15. How about that, JD? 9:15. That is my birthday. Huh? Okay. I don't know what. Sometimes numbers hold a special meaning, I guess. And I just ripped off the top of my head. Oh, that time Hall just had it kind of hit off of her fingertip, I believe. Looked like she's saying that one hurt just a bit as well, so it looked like it might have just kind of jammed up in the finger, ended up dying on the floor there. So again, Byrd. And Cope's shot is not able to be returned. Ends up at the Paris bench there, so it'll now send Alexis Hall back to serve again. Again, she just had kind of maybe a little bit of a jammed finger, so let's see what she can do here as she hits it out of bounds. Ends up hitting the coach there, Paris. I know it wasn't on purpose, but definitely got a hot shot to the shin there. I'm going to assume that's Miss Alex Etch, who was their head coach. And that time, Cope got a lot of the ball, but I think it was tipped at the line, just softened it enough for that back line, and then Paris going to be able to place it where they want. 18-10 now. Paris not relenting this lead whatsoever. And Genovese got one across, but it was dug out by Paris. And let's see, hot shot, going to be off the back line. Rancher trying to find a spot to nestle it in, couldn't quite do it. And that time, just not quite able to handle the serve either. I think it just snuck up, was a little bit harder than she expected it to be. So just a little too far up on the ball there. Wilkinson serve, dug out. And Titus is able to get a good shot on it, but Mabank able to collect, keep it going. Let's see what they do this time. It's going to be blocked, and somehow Paris going to be able to get it across the net. Wow. If they can recover again, my goodness. Couple of really nice recoveries here for Paris. See if Mabank can finish one out, and going to be a 4-touch violation. So again, Paris just sticking with it. Not giving up on any ball, you know what I mean? And ends up working out in their favor, and it has multiple times so far tonight. Not quite sure what happened that time. I think Kilgore thought she had already, I think it had already touched her, and she realized it kind of at the last moment. She couldn't hit it again, or it was going to be a double touch because it just kind of glanced off of her hand there that first time. So wasn't really a full impact, but it would have been enough that it had been a violation. So I understand the thought process, but sometimes it just kind of gets, hung up there, and it kind of almost at first looks like, what in the world? But you can break down, look at it later. It's kind of like, okay, I get it. I get the idea there.
Yeah.
So that 20 mark has been crossed here by Paris. So only 5 points away from ending this one out. Won't be a lot of ceremony at the end of this broadcast, folks, just to be straight honest with you, as we've got to hustle and get over to the stadium. If you're at the stadium and just so happen to be watching us, we will get there with the coloring pages. We didn't want to leave them in the hot sun all day, so they're still sitting inside the building. We will get them over there ASAP boogie. And, hot shot for Nelms. Ends up getting across, kind of skittered over the top of the belt there. And it ends up on the return from Mabank going out of bounds. So
Again, it looked like it was going to catch a good part of that net and ended up just skittering over the top, and Mabank didn't have much of a chance to recover. So 21-12 now. Another hot shot there for Nelms. Wood's got to get it across, does a good job doing so. And block. And good job to stay with it there for Hall. Wilkinson send it back across. Hot shot down on the back line there. That might be the hardest hit ball we've seen all night. Carson Rancher. And the Lady Cats, I think they agree with that last sentiment. That thing, I don't even, did you even be able to get the camera over in time? That
no,
was hot.
Not a chance.
Yeah. That looked like a Randy Johnson fastball there. And another big shot, but Mabank able to dig it out this time. Cope going to try and return. Did so, but Paris going to have a chance and end up hitting it into the net. So kind of feel like this is going to be a big push here from the service line for Mabank if they want to get back into this one. 13-22, Lindsay Cope going to be doing the serving here. Strong shot ends up flying out. So that's exactly how you get back into a ball game. 1 point after another. Just keep stacking those up and take the freebies as they come.
Absolutely.
Again, Cope. Ball high up in the air and bang. Titus able to bury it again. So now 2 points away are Paris. And it's that same young lady, Carson Rancher, going back to serve. She opened this set, putting a wide margin between Mabank and Paris. So let's see what she can do here this time. Because obviously you saw that first one was not anything Mabank had trouble with. Now playing it off the back line was Rancher again. Set by Hall. Jake Way gets it down on that back line. So Mabank not going down without a fight. 15-23. Phillips again going to go back to serve. Cambry, the lefty's been pretty good at the line so far tonight. Another good one there. And Paris. Oh, that would have been well out, but Mabank kept it in and in for Paris. And that one would have been well out there.
Yeah, a little mistake there on that one.
So now game, set, match, point right here, resting on the shoulders of Audrey Del Toro. It's a good serve. Mabank going to have to do a good job to get it across. They did. Now a high set. Liggins going to put one down, and that is the way it ends, folks. So 25-15. Paris able to take it 3 sets to 1. We appreciate you all being here. Again, we apologize for the quick run out, but we've got another game we got to go get to as well.
Yeah.
So again, 3-1. Paris takes down your Mabank Lady Panthers. We're going to head over to Panther Stadium. Y'all tune right back into this same channel here in just a bit, and we'll bring you the football game between your Mabank Panthers and the Kemp Yellow Jackets right here on the Mabank Athletics YouTube.